what your condition, no matter how much in real life I would fucking hate you tonight, you're my brothers and sisters. You stand here in this weird little fucked up plaza that is improbably open to public occupation entirely because of a fucked up technicality that you know a huge number of Bloomberg's lawyers are like, I gotta be. Their heads are just splitting open and flying out. Never again! Put the genie back in the bottle. They will not succeed. The day after Zuccotti Park was razed, after they marched in there and marched everyone out, after they had a media blackout and fucked over a huge number of people, I was on Bloomberg Radio because I had an interview that had been set up way in advance with Bloomberg Radio about my show. Because sort of improbably, someone from the business center at Bloomberg Radio had seen my show, and someone improbably wanted to talk to me about it because for some moment, perhaps, they were like, how quaint. We will actually think about the workers just for a moment and we will return to our usual business. So I already felt weird because I don't know if I told you, but it's Bloomberg Radio. So I go up to the Bloomberg fucking ass dump. I don't know if you've seen this giant ass dump of chrome and steel and glass. It just looks like a billionaire shit it out there on the street. This ugly modernist fucking thing whose biggest claim to fame, it looks like it was designed by Mike Bloomberg. It looks like the byproduct of a little man who wants to feel a little bit bigger. It's just so glassy and so chromy and so perfect. It looks like the dot-com dream of itself, just swallowing itself. You go inside and the escalators that go up have little red pulsing lights, the ones that go down have blue pulsing lights. And I get up there. Every other media place in New York I've gone to, be they conservative or liberal, they're all the same. The outsides are very shiny sometimes, sometimes not at all, but when you get inside, it's just people trying in a difficult system to tell a fucking story. They all have bullpen-like desks. They look distracted like, that guy over there, he's interviewing you. Not at Bloomberg. At Bloomberg, you can tell the tit from the financial industry is stuck right in their fucking mouth. There's so much shit. The person who picks me up at the top of the blue pulsing escalator says, would you like something from the lunch bar? They have a lunch bar. It doesn't even have a register. It's just free, presumably. If you live at Bloomberg Financial Services Media Empire LLC, you just wander over and you're like, I think I want some Cheetos. I was hungry, but I did not eat. I know that story about the woman and she goes to hell and she's the pomegranate. Next thing I know, I gotta fucking live at this fucking shit pile like 7 months of the year. And I go up the last set of escalators and they have all these booths and they have names of the world because this is how small men feel important. It's like Tokyo, Los Angeles, and presumably these other nodes of the Bloomberg empire pulsing and sending information. They take me into a room and I sit down and then my interview begins. And it's a by the numbers interview. I've done a lot of interviews for the show. I've talked about Chinese labor a lot. So it's kind of going on kind of automatic. It's going fine. I'm looking for angles and things to talk about. I'm looking above the woman's head. There are monitors running, showing, more of the endless Bloomberg coverage of everything. I can't hear the narration, but there's a whole screen playing, and what's on the screen is info facts, that the TV loves, so how we love to digest news. Like you guys are an info fact. The info fact about you would be like, there are protesters in a park. There's a number. It is small. Not that many. There might be more earlier. We don't have that number. Whatever number we got is the number we're putting up. 300. I don't know. They suck. And then they move on. You're familiar with the infographic. So this infographic, I'm not even exaggerating. I just want to be clear that this is actually what it fucking says. It says, number of protesters in Zuccotti Park, 1,000. Number of millionaires in New York City, 61,000. Amount protesters are outnumbered, 122 to 1. And I look at this over her head, and this is the moment in the interview when the woman makes an unfortunate decision. And the unfortunate decision is she decides to ask about denialism. So a lot of my show is about denialism, this idea that things happen right in front of us and we just can't talk about it because it's part of our culture. We don't even see it after a while. It's just right in front of us. And she says, you talked a lot about denialism. What did you mean about our denialism about China? And it was like the golden path. It was like God was speaking to me. I don't know. I was like, I did not know that the sword was in my hand, but I guess it was. Because the door is open. So I said, well, you know, denialism is a complex thing. It happens in many different contexts. For instance, we're not talking about the fact that we are in the Bloomberg media empire headquarters here while Mike Bloomberg has cracked down on protesters just last night and infected, and I'm talking, it's live radio, and the look on her face, I want you to understand, I think this is important, when you're thinking about the context of the world you're in, I really do. The look on her face, she looked fine for a moment, and then she realized what I was saying, and it rippled. It rippled like a special effect done poorly. It was made up of, there was fear, there was anger, but more than anything else, you understand, there was disgust. There was this incredible, low-level, hot, white disgust that said, how dare you say that man's name here out of your mouth? Profane.
What was her name?
How dare you? The feeling like it leached out, it rippled across her face and then was gone. And then she immediately had to do what they always have to do. If someone calls them their shit, they have to burst into legalese. It was amazing. She got on the mic and said, he is, of course, talking about Mike Bloomberg of Bloomberg LLC, who's the legal opponent of this company. You know, incredible chain that actually follows the incredible chain of media ownership and corporate takeover that trails behind Mike Bloomberg like a bunch of shitty underwear that he keeps leaving in piles on the street. You know, just say it all out like some kind of, like the name of God, like the true name of something that is spilled out of her mouth. And then I began to respond and talk back to her. And then I don't know when I don't know when the program ended. I don't know when we stopped transmitting. And then her producer came in, and it was heated. And I stood up and I'm talking to them, and I'm saying to them with a high degree of world weariness mixed with real sadness, actual real sadness. These are fucking journalists. They sit in this fucking room and they report the news. And we had just been talking before the piece, talking about where she lives in Brooklyn and how hard it is. Like, I know it's hard. We live in New York, and New York is nothing if not hard. The whole definition of New York is an improbable place filled with endless bullshit that fucks you in the ass constantly. That's sort of the point of living here, is so that we can experience what it is to be on the grindstone of God and constantly be refined by being thrust against it over and over. Usually when we are on the